Hey guys, how's it going? Happy spring! Spring's in the air. I'm so excited. Alright, there is like a fine line though I've realized in working in my stamp room and being too cold, just right, and too hot. Like it is already, I've had just a few days of just right, and not that I've really gotten anything done, but it would have been right. But yeah, it's been like perfect weather. But already today it's a little hot. Plus you've got like I've got two lights in front of me. So you guys can actually see the video. So there's that. And I guess they make you hot, in general. So alright, we are making a bunny card here. So I'm gonna set this somewhere for here maybe. Because that is what we are using today. That is a little crooked, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. What we're going to do with it, maybe. Anyway, so I technically did stamp one bunny the day I saw the bunny in my yard. Technically, not even in my yard. Usually, they're always in my yard. But I guess with the dogs out front, the dogs out back, the bunnies are afraid. So it was in my driveway, but I count it, okay? So, alright, let me show you what I'm using here. So I use this folder to emboss this nice little, I guess it's a fern or something, background. Can y'all see that? And I really wish I had more of this paper. I'd say that I do somewhere, but maybe I just ordered one sheet. I don't know. But still, there should be a top half to it, right? So I wish I could cut out another one of this size. Maybe I'll have to do something that direction. I cut this off the bottom, so that was good. At least I have the part. It's from, it's Awakening '06. I don't know. Anyway, so I do want to, get some more of that. But, I don't know. I guess I'll just type that into maybe Frantic Stamper or Simon Says and hope that wasn't something that I got like 100 years ago somewhere. Sorry. I went down in the in the basement this weekend. Oh my gosh, my father wanted to. It was like a free dump day, and do you guys have those in your area where you can like clean up old things? And they'll take anything except old tires in my town. So I don't know which direction. I guess that way. No, that way maybe. They'll take anything, pretty much. So he said we were just going to get the mattress out of, there was like a twin mattress in my basement, and I'd put it down there. It's been there for years, actually. So which way did I say? I don't know. I think it's going to go this way. For the dogs, back before I had the porch enclosed and things and had their heat and air and whatever out there, but when it would get like, down to 0 or something, or maybe if the power was off and their heat wouldn't work, whatever. Anyway, so I made them like beds and things like that in the basement. And okay, so now let's just work on coloring this. Our stamp, by the way, is that new one I got from Impression Obsession, and I think that is super, super cute. I'm using these dies, although I've got to get all the little white things out of that, so using that. So now we just got to do some coloring and some swooshing. Let's see. I'm going to need that. Alright. So I do want a couple of bunnies. Let's see. I want a gray bunny. I see gray, like a light kind of brown and gray bunnies. That's what I see primarily in my yard. So that is their color. This might be a little bit, a little bit wet yet, so it might smear. I don't know, but hopefully it won't. Not too much anyway. Anyway, so he said, my father said he would do it, right? Well, that's not a good plan because he can barely go to the basement as it is, and that's like a hot mess. Oh, way too dark. The way, okay, so our lives are kind of centered around dogs, and always, I guess, have been. I don't know. I've always had a heart for dogs. So, back when we put the mattress and all that, and their blankies and beds, and we put like the mattress and then the bed on top and blank. Anyway, try to make it as comfy as possible for them, and but then I ended up leaving it down there in case there was like an emergency and I would still need it or something. But over the years, of course, the mattress would draw dampness and whatever, and the dogs were getting older and they couldn't go up and down the steps and whatever. But because one little dog was kind of short and plump, she had little tiny legs, and she needed to go. My dad built like a little, like the steps were really, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's like a steep one and then a small one and then, I don't know, and then another one. It was kind of strange, and then like a slanted thing. It's not like a nice basement. It's just like, it's unfinished, But, so he built like this wooden ramp thing on one of the steps to go down so that the little dog could get there. And and it worked quite well for them, and it was great while it was needed. And but now it makes it really weird for us trying to go down there. But it actually makes it somewhat possible for my dad to ease his way down there, which makes me a nervous wreck because he's got bad knees, bad hips. He can't hardly lift his legs, and just, it's a hot mess. He does not need to be going anywhere near the basement, to be honest. But nothing would do him but to go as well. So, of course, if he's doing something, that equals me doing something. And so, not exactly what I'd planned for my Saturday morning, but my plans had already been kind of shot to foot, to be honest, because my boyfriend had gone to a concert to see like a blues guy called, his name's Buddy Guy, and in, where was it, Greensboro. And so typically, you know how I'm still whatever about COVID to some degree. I'm doing somewhat better, but still not totally. But anyway, so when he comes back from somewhere, I don't have a problem with him going, do your thing, like, whatever. But it was a smaller venue, not like a big rock concert or something. But, I knew he'd be around a lot of people, and so I had not planned on being around him. Basically, I always try to give it 4 or 5 days to, just in case COVID kicks in, I want to be on the safe side, and so I just kind of stay away from him. And he already knows that or whatever anyway. But I'm comfortable with it if he 100% masks up, right? Like the whole time. But it was like almost 80 degrees down there, and I didn't feel like he would. And sure enough, the sucker did. So he was ready to do something this weekend. I'm like, man, I was going to stay in and stamp, which I was looking forward to seeing him too, don't get me wrong, but, I haven't had much stamping time lately, so I didn't mind a little extra stamping time for the weekend. But that didn't work out, so we ended up doing something Saturday night, and which is nothing major. We were just like hanging in the house watching a movie or whatever, but still, And then my Saturday day turned into, man, I tell you. So, like I said, my father's like, oh, we're just going to get that mattress. Yeah, right. So we got the mattress, and my aunt came down as well, because anytime he's going to do something, bless her heart, she's awesome. She will come and help him, and she really, truly, truly loves my dad. But so and she lives just right up the road, really close, and so if she's home or whatever, she always comes down and helps him do whatever else he could not do very much. So I really appreciate that. Because otherwise I will be doing it on the weekend. So I'm going to do this. Well, I guess I'm just going to do it all because you can't see it. I picked a little bit too dark right there. But that's okay. I mean, the center of sunflower is normally like dark anyway, but I wanted you to be able to see the texture, so, but that's okay. So, yeah, y'all know I flip-flop to 5 million stories, right? My hand is itching. Alright, I'm just going to dab these leaves. Not necessarily color every little part in. I just want a little bit of color there. Just a little. Anyway, so we got the mattress. Well, then we started going through like random boxes and things that were down there and old decorations and just, you know, random things. And putting that stuff in there to throw away. And then he wanted to clean off like a shelf that was kind of at the top of the basement steps. You know, some old paints and just things, you know, how you just keep things, I don't know. Then he'd had a couple of garbage bags of things that he had, apparently he knew this was coming. He didn't mention it to anybody else, but I didn't know it was like a dump day, or I knew that he would like to clean out stuff, so I would have been a little more prepared for that. But anyway, so he had some bags in the garage, and then we have like a little, kind of like a storage building. He built it for me when I was little. It was like a clubhouse. And so later, as I grew up, it just kind of became, the dogs, you know, like to stay out there because it was like cinder block and concrete or whatever, just for coolness and things sometimes. And then eventually it just became like junk and storage or whatever. And so we got some things out of there, and which that needs to be, I cleaned on it a while last time, and it sort of filled back up. We just put random things in there, and so I'm going to have to really give that a good cleaning, because plus I need to get to there's something wrong, I don't know what it is, with the air riding lawnmower, so I'm going to have to get to the push mower soon, because the grass is growing quite a bit, and going to need that here in the next at least couple of weeks, I would say. But it's like once you start cutting grass, you can't really stop, so I don't really want to rush that right now. Just want to make it last just a little longer. Okay, does anybody else see leaves that we missed before we go on to this side? I don't know what's in there. I think that's a leaf. Anyway, so we cleaned around some of that, and then before you knew it, we had his entire back of his truck, roughly, I mean, not like, you know, stacked to the gills, but a full thing. So he was thrilled, of course, you know, and I am too, because getting rid of junk, that's awesome. Hopefully, sometime this summer, I'm going to try to really help him organize his hot mess of a garage. That's going to take a couple of weeks, but that is no small job, let me tell you. It is a mess. And, you know, because of his mobility issues and things, I feel like he knows where things are to a point, but he can no longer really get to them, you know what I'm saying? So, and he would like to get rid of some things and whatever as well, so, and make it where he can move around in there better. And I think that's definitely a safer aspect, you know, or a safer move for him. But that's in the future. So, but for now, we got rid of a truckload. But it did take all of Saturday morning into the day. So, and then you have to squeeze in a little doggy time, you know how that goes. And it was time for my boyfriend to come down, so there you go. There you go, shower and get ready and whatever. So there's that. But there's my little growling boy now. You'll hear him. I wanted to stamp this in brown, so it's, I don't know, it's not as harsh as black, and it's more of a nature color, I guess. So anyway, so today I did throw in some laundry in between some of those things. So the laundry is done. I have leftovers for dinner. So we're just doing that. And yeah, so that is allowing me a little bit of stamping time today. So I'm trying to crank out some bunny cards. A few spring things. So are you guys, what kind of spring? Well, I want to do some really cool flower cards too eventually, but don't know when. I'm glad the butterflies in there. The doggies were so adorable the other day. They were, it's been really nice out, so I guess everything's like coming to life, hatching out, whatever it does. So I had a blue, okay. And there's little tiny, they're not very big, but they're little tiny butterflies. And they're flying around the yard, and the dogs just love chasing them. And, well, they're actually trying to bite and kill them, I'm sure. But, you know, it's pretty when they're doing it. I wouldn't actually let them kill a butterfly, though. But they never catch them or anything, or at least so far. So the butterflies will be up high, you know, and they'll be watching, and they'll swoop down or whatever, and the dog's like, ruff, 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 and it's adorable to see, though. But it's, I don't know, it just screams spring. Ooh, so cute. And I want to take a picture or like a video, but then I get so caught up in watching them that I can't, like, I don't know. Spring just springs life and whatever. Even my little dog Rosie, who's a plump little dumpling, I have to say, and thanks to me, I suppose. I'll go chill on that. Alright, so I don't have a die bigger than this. So my idea, if it works, is to just cut it up the middle here. And kind of do it on the side. We'll adjust it however we need to. Kind of, looks fine to me. Alright, so now I used the Springware die and then this little, I don't know where my fern dies are. I'm gonna organize my dies. That's actually, well, I want to do a D-stash, and I actually did the video or whatever, and I asked a friend of mine, was she interested? And she wasn't, so I was, anyway, well, once my boyfriend left, then I couldn't sleep, so then I was like, well, let me go through some more stamps and whatever, and then I found a couple more things. I'm like, well, let me add that. So anyway, now I got to do another video, and so I can't post that one yet, but so I'm still finding more things, but through going through stuff, I kind of organize. So, but next is the dies, so I'm gonna organize some dies. But anyway, I know I have a fern stamp somewhere, but for now, I think this will do. So I have these, and I thought, see how it like has this square thing here? I just wanted to take that away a little bit. I don't know if I don't know, it feels like it's too much though, doesn't it? But see, if I put it behind, then it doesn't, I think I like it better behind anyway. But, or maybe if I did it in the lighter green color that I have the layer with. But then that doesn't do anything for that right there. Although I don't have any pink on this card, but I got this free with that little tag for my Unity order. I'd like to put that on there. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, let me think on that. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape these up for now. I'll figure it out. I feel like it's getting a little, once I put the word on there, it's getting a little much. You know what I mean? So I don't want it to be too... Spring should be pretty and nice, not, you know, let's put on every shade of makeup we have, you know. Right there. So, anyway, that's basically what I've been doing this weekend. I did make it to the grocery store on Friday. I didn't do a haul video. It wasn't really enough to do a big haul, but just picked up a couple of things that I wanted to, you know what? I should have put sticky on that first. But I tend to not film things like my, I guess my little hauls or whatever at the grocery store, like, yeah, that's what I need to do. Tape this up and then I can add those behind it, I think. Hopefully. Little there. Ooh. Oh. Okay. And we can line that up. Does that look about even, maybe? A little there. Let's go with that and see how it looks. Okay, I'm not going to press it until, so now I'm going to do the word spring, or maybe I should do spring up here. That covers up the bunny head. I can't do that. All right, spring's going right here. So, okay, so I don't think I'm going to use those for right now. We may come back to it, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't get much at the grocery store, just some basic, you know, the fresh stuff, and I did pick up some flour and meal, just because I never like to run low on that for my stockpile, you know. World's still a little cray-cray. But just a few little fresh things and that kind of stuff. Went to the post office. You know, just your basic little errands. Okay, I guess I'm pressing it. We are committing, which is hard for me. Okay, so now I have these. So I've got Dream Drops. Let me just try one here. If I can open it. Alright, well that one stopped up, so that definitely narrows your choice. Actually, I think this goes better with it anyway. So, come on, don't be... Wait, I think this one actually has to be opened. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Does that thing have to be taken out? Yep. Okay. Sweet. It's a pretty big hole, so I feel like this one is not going to have as much trouble stopping up. Oh, yes. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at that. That's perfect with this. Okay, so... I'm going to make the eye. I did actually have the dot over there, but I'm just going to do the spring right there, and then, now it really makes me want to do this, though. I just do not know about those things. Alright, I'm just going to do a dot here, a dot here, and a dot there. A little misplaced, but that's okay. One there and one there. I really like the way these are, though. I almost want to draw like a little heart, but I guess not. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for now. But I do feel like it's just a tad empty right there. What do you guys think? Don't know. Alright. So, where is... Just going to glitter just the butterfly. And maybe the flowers. Anyway, so what are y'all stamping for spring? Do you have a particular... I really, really like bunnies and butterflies is my main thing. So, and I do have a couple of Easter specific cards to do. Got a couple of friends that's kind of their favorite holiday, so I will do that and make it more not just spring, but like a Easter sentiment or something. But it can definitely go for either. So, all right, guys. So there we go. I will talk to y'all later. Let me know what you're stamping. Let me know if you see bunnies in your yard. All right. Have a hoppy good day. Bye, guys.